Welcome, everybody, to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. Happy Sunday, man. Hey, your boy Sarge was going through some funky changes today, man, with my computer, but I think I got it together. And let me just say this, man. Let me just get this out the way just in case some of y'all little smart turkeys, man, want to get it out in advance. We meant to lose to the Las Vegas Raiders, man, so we can get the number one pick, you dig? So I'm getting all your jokes out the way right now because Jacksonville in 2025, we on y'all head. But, hey, let everybody know we on. Share it with a friend, man. It's the Iron Elite Podcast Show. It's the Sunday edition. Let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey, Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you a troll, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you a troll, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Slide on my road glide, looking so fly. 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We iron elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Water up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it, I scrape the town burning loud. When the smoke clear up, you know I hardly did it. I'm real gnarly with it, my ride clean when it bling. I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it, I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it, backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lanes riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, roll it up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Hey, man, once again, welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show. Hey, man, your boy Sarge was going through it, man, but I'm back now. And I'm just telling you guys now, man, these guys that we got on, we're laughing and we're giggling, man, but we got some real serious stuff to say, man. We got some things to talk about. But let me say this, man, before we get this thing popping. Let me say this. Your boy Sarge. Sarge is my bike name, man. That's what they refer to me on the bike set. But before I got that name, man, I was known, or I am still known, as a U.S. Marine retired of some 22 years, man, honorable service. I served in combat, and I've served in many advanced bases overseas. And there's nothing I'm more proud of than my Marine Corps career, and I can guarantee you that, man. But let me say this, man. Back when I was a young fella and I joined the Marine Corps in early 1983, man, we had this very cool slogan. And it said something like, pain is weakness leaving the body. And, man, we believed it. Do you believe it? Yes. You can't go to sick bay, man, because you be known as a sick bay commando. That was not in the DNA. As Marines, man, we did our thing. We would run through a brick wall. Hey, man, if you were hurt, you were bleeding, we put a little dirt on it and put a little water on it. Everything be all right. And we'd take a Motrin and everything was good to go. But I'm making a joke about that, man. That really isn't true. As I get older now, I understand pain is your body telling you there's something wrong. And typically you don't realize that until farther down the road. And this is where we're at now. Now we can no longer ignore the pain, whether it's physical or mental. We have to get ourselves taken care of as veterans. And hopefully today, by the end of this show, again, full disclosure, it is our opinions. Sarge ain't no doctor. Sarge is not a VA rep. It's just our opinions. We're saying to you under this Each One Teach One platform what we've gone through, maybe some things that we've done to help us navigate this thing called disabilities or veteran disabilities, man. So with that being said, I'm going to read the definition of a disabled veteran, and then I'm going to let my esteemed guest, man, introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about themselves and what branch of the service they served in. So let me do this real quick, man. Service disabled veteran means any person who served honorably in active duty in the armed forces of the United States with at least 20% disability that is service connected. Disability was occurred or aggravated in the line of duty in the active military, naval, or air service. So that's our definition, man. And let me say this also. Thank God for our troops, man. We appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for your service. So, fellas, how you doing? Family, how's everybody this evening?
We good, Big Sarge?
Lovely day.
And we good, man. Another
All
day
right.
on the ground. It's always good.
Facts. And don't be trying to act all nice now, because I heard some of them jokes, man, when I was going. Hey, man, but I ain't going to be that petty. We going to get into it. So let's do this, man. Let's go ahead and do introductions. Hey, so let's do this because I got this very cool book that we're going to get into also doing this podcast. So let's start it off with you. Chief Warrant Officer Mckoy, if you don't mind, let's start it off with you, brother.
Yeah, good evening, good night, wherever y'all tuning in from. First off, man, thank you, Big Sarge, for inviting me to the panel so we can discuss some good things that hopefully may benefit some people tonight, you know, for the fellow veterans amongst us on this panel, man. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your busy day at, you know, your schedule. We know it's family time, you know, at this time of the year, but y'all are here with us, so I appreciate that. Real quick, just to get into it, everybody know me on the motorcycle. Well, most people who know me as Pablo Frescobar. Yes, I'm a 26-year retired Army veteran. I'm a chief warrant officer, retired. Did 26 years, couple of tours in Iraq. You know, and I'm telling you, man, as we talk about the veteran situation and the VA, I'm just happy to be here. And this book that I wrote, it got everything in it. Like Sarge said, it's not a cure that we're going to talk about tonight. It's just our opinions. So please don't go posting on X and social media that, man, these guys are full of crap. And Big Sarge told us that this would happen and it didn't happen because it's just our opinions. Again, Big Sarge, I appreciate everything. I ride with the Empire Rare Breed Motorcycle Club out of Tampa, Florida. To shout out to all of the motorcycle clubs and everybody that's tuning in also.
That's what's happening, man. So let's say, since I'm on the bottom, let's go with my man Cado, if you don't mind, my brother. Introduce
Yes, sir.
yourself to us.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good night, wherever you're at. Like Big Son said, I'm originally from Louisiana, New Orleans. 23-year veteran, retired, saw first class, out the greatest military branch, the Army. Couple of deployments. You know, on the set, my bike name is Crank. Real name Cado. You can call me either one. I answer to both of them. As long as you say them respectfully and not out of content, we be good. Other than that, I ride with Soldiers United, one of the best motorcycle clubs on the countryside, and we getting bigger and better every day. That's all I got.
That's what's up, my man. Hey, my man, Ray Charles, bro. Why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Well, I'm Ray Charles. I got 26 years military service. I don't think I ever retire. Because I'm active duty all day and every day.
That's right. Right on.
Like, I don't have a two-wheel bike. I have a tricycle, as some of y'all say. And she goes by the name of Miss Francis. And I got another one by the name of Mr. Johnny, named after my parents, my guardian angels. I hail from the city of Haines City, Florida, but I dropped off here in Hope Mill, North Carolina.
That's what's up. Hey, let me do this. Let me set this one up for real. Hey, who my next guest, man? What we got? What we got?
The one and only Big Easy from Soldier United. And we all know where I hail from. That great state of Louisiana, down south, you know. Matter of fact, me and Cado, we live right around the corner from each other growing up.
All right.
Man. Double trouble.
Didn't even know.
Daggone, you got your boy Big Easy. Like I said, Soldiers United. I reside here in the great state of Georgia. 23-year retired veteran with a combination of service from the United States Marine Corps.
Yeah, we're going to count that one, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I decided to go ahead and retire out the Army. You know,
all
we
right.
all make our choices. We all make our travels. I chose mine. But nevertheless, it was a great ride. I can't say no more than what my boy Pablo said, what Cado said, and what Ray Charles said. You know, it's all a combination. We all had our deployments. I did 9 combat deployments total during my tenure. And we've seen some things, we've done some things, but at the end of the day, we thank God we're here. We're still able to fellowship with one another and get that ride in.
That's what's up, man. So let's do this real quick. Let's pay our respects for everybody that's on. So, Carlos, appreciate you. My man D. Bell is rocking with us this evening, man. I appreciate you. Breezy does it always on deck with us each and every time we go live. I appreciate it, sir. Slick. Hey, Slick, I caught that little smart comment you made about me the other day, too, man. But what's up to Slick, man? Soldier United. And also the man himself, K-Solo the podcast with Logic, man. So y'all check him out. He's doing some big things on his platform. And he's discussing nothing but the unsung heroes that's up and down the highway, man. So thank you for everybody coming on. Thank you for everybody being with us this evening. We know you can be anywhere, but you're gonna rock and spend some time with us today. I can guarantee you this. When you're done with this podcast, you're gonna have some tools to assist you again into helping you be the best that you can be. First and foremost, we're veterans. Secondly, we're motorcycle riders. As you can see, we all have that same couple, 2, 3 things, commonality with us. And oh, by the way, we're family men too, as well. Am I correct, fellas? Everybody's a family man on this panel.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
All day, every day.
Indeed.
All day, twice on Sundays.
Hey, man, all of us got somebody or somebodies that look up for us to be able to do the right thing to make sure that our family is good to go each and every day. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and get it cracking. We're going to go right into this thing. And if you have done so already, man, reach up, hit the like button. Let's get the algorithms rocking and rolling. We're not going to stay on Facebook a whole lot of time today. Probably stay on Facebook about 15, 20 minutes, and then we're going to rock everything over to YouTube. So if you'd be so kind, open up a second tab. Let's get it on over to YouTube, man, where we can really get into the long-form content. So, fellas, we're going to start this thing out, man. Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there, man, and we're going to let Fresca Bar kind of take it, and then we're going to move this thing around the room. Now, I'm just say this, man, myself first and foremost. VA is a tricky vehicle. It's a good thing. It's a great thing. But it's a tricky vehicle. And you have to be careful sometimes because a friend of a friend of a friend will teach you what to do and teach you how to get yourself in a world of mess. Oh, man, just go do this or go do that. And then you get yourself in a world of hurt, man. I'm saying this. If you are really hurting, if you really have things that you can't understand, go to the website, man. Start seeking out information. Go to your local veteran service and start asking questions to start get this thing moving. Because there could be things going on with you that you truly don't know, but it also could be a ticking time bomb. Would you guys agree with that?
Indeed.
Sir.
And then the
100%.
flip side of it, again, I made I was laughing and joking. We started off and I said, pain is weakness leaving the body. I found out personally, and it took me years to figure out, because that's the way I looked at things. Hey man, if something wrong with you, Sarge, get a little dirt, put a little dirt on it and put some water on it. Almost is about as simple as that. Just suck it up, no pain, no gain. And what happened was, over the years, because I kept my mouth closed, and it was time to retire. And then as I started getting older, especially into my 40s, things started shaking apart like it was nobody's business. And then when it was time to say, hey, this ain't working right, this ain't working right. Well, it was working right while you were in. Why ain't it working right now? Are you sure that's because of the military? Or is that just because of old age? Anybody have heard of that or had to go through that?
Of course.
Definitely. Mine was called arthritis. That's the doctor put it to me.
Yeah. So be careful about what you keep your mouth closed by, with. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and slide it over to you, Fresco Bar. And if you don't mind, let's talk about your story and what inspired you to write this book to share with others.
So, couple of things that I want the audience to understand and just to think about is PTSD. It can happen on the civilian side, and it can happen on the military side. It doesn't pick and choose who gets this traumatic experience. So PTSD is just that. It's a post-traumatic disorder. It's your psychological response to any given trauma. It could be gunshots. It could be seeing a dead body. It could be somebody just coming around a corner and scaring you. Boo. And you just get a traumatic experience, and it affects you for a long-term period. In my book, I talk about the body keeps score. Your body never forgets that. No matter what you do, it's just that small impact that trauma left on you that it will always ebb and flow. So it's like a roller coaster. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and it goes down, and the best way that I tell people is you guys seek counseling. And we talked about this the last time, Big Sarge, is that when you're seeking counseling, people got to understand also that counseling is not for people who need it. Counseling is for people who want it. Because your wife can say, hey, you need counseling. And you're just, you bumping heads with the fact of speaking to somebody about what's going on in your life. And this attributes from years ago. It's not just you. This started from the slavery period, where the slaves used to keep everything in house. And then they start singing these songs that the master couldn't understand so that they can talk within themselves to get away. Now evolving, into current times, what our grandmother used to tell us, don't put your family business out there, boy. So we keep it to ourselves. And as Black men, we got that machismo, we don't want nobody to know that we sick, especially mental illness. Now you might get discriminated for a job, and so forth. The military doesn't really help us anyway, because they tell us every time we get injured, hey, suck it up and drive on. Suck it up and drive on. Suck it up, buttercup. And if you go to sick call, oh, you are a weak link. Everybody, especially in a male-dominated unit, they're going to talk about you. Damn, Pablo went to sick call for a busted ankle. And then they'll tell you got that one old sergeant from Vietnam. You'll be like, yeah, when I was fighting over there in Vietnam, I was on one leg and it was wooden with a kickstand, and they tell you all these war stories. So a lot of the times, now that I am a Wounded Warrior project manager for a program at my office, Marines, their medical files are this thin because I've seen a Marine with no legs told me, Chief, I want to get back in the fight. And then I seen an Air Force guy that he had a concussion and he was like, I'm ready to go home. You know what I mean? So the services vary, and it's a cultural thing within the services that some just go harder than some, but we still collectively one nation, you know what I mean, as far as service members. Now, like I said, the first thing I want people to understand is it's post-traumatic stress disorder is psychological responses to trauma. And the last thing, so that's the beginning, the last part of it is going to be resilience, which is the capacity to adapt, grow, and thrive in the face of adversity. If you can mitigate your stressors in anything, whether it's financial, whether it's sexual, whether it's communication with your family, you're already ahead of the game. In my book, I talk about holistic efforts versus the pills. We talk about the VA. All the VA does is just a liaison for big pharmacy, in my opinion. You go there. What they used to give all of us right now in on the panel, we're shaking our head. You go to sick call, what they give you? Motrin for a cough. You got a headache, they give you Motrin. You got a shoulder pain, they give you Motrin. You stub your toe, they give you Motrin. Everything that destroys your stomach lining is what they push on you. And the VA, I'm not trying to dog them out, but they do the same thing. If one pill doesn't work, the VA puts you on another pill and another pill, because no two, diagnoses are ever going to be the same. You know what I mean? Big Sarge might have a headache, but his is attributed to stress versus mine is attributed to TBI. So they're going to try to balance the pills. For me, what I told them, I can't deal with 8 to 16 pills a day. I have to go the holistic route. So I told them, I'm not taking any pills, and we have that right to say no. But we can also say, hey, what else do you have? So I went the holistic route. So I do acupuncture. I do the chiropractic for my neck, for TBI injuries and all that stuff. My PTSD though occurred because of, one, I was deployed a couple of times, to Iraq, and two, my last deployment, I lost my mother 8 days before I came home from Iraq, and she was a main, staple in my family as a single mother raising me. So that kind of sent me spiraling downhill. Like I say, as a man, as a Caribbean man, and any kind of man, period, I think we got that machismo, like, your family members or your friends say, hey, you good? And you're like, yeah, I'm straight. But in the back of your mind, you're like, shoot, man, I need to get up out of here. So you got suicide intentions and you got suicide ideations. Intentions is the plan. Ideations is when you start asking people on Facebook, because that's where we go to vent sometimes. Hey, what do you think if I wasn't here? What would you post if I wasn't here? What would y'all do if I wasn't here? It's just the thought process of what you're trying to, come to fruition sometimes. And for me, my turning point was, my family said, hey, you woke up and you had your gun in your hand. And I was like, ain't no way. You're tripping. That doesn't work, And I realized right there and then that if there was a whole bunch of noise, hey, what you doing? I might have turned around and double tapped 2 in the chest unconsciously. So I said, damn, I could have aired out my own family. So I said, you know what? Let me lock these guns up and, try to go get some help. And I did get help. Now, with getting help is another tricky thing too, because the VA gonna give you a 30-year-old counselor that you're 50 and she's telling you about your life. Again, you this machismo, black, African king, and you like, look, man, what this little white lady gonna tell me? I'm dead serious. If we're gonna keep it a buck, we're gonna keep it a buck. That's what I thought.
Exactly.
And I was looking at her like, ma'am, you got your mama. What can you tell me that gonna fix me? Got rid of that one. I said, I can't deal with her. Slammed the door and walked out. Finally found one. She might be on right now. I don't know. But, man, listen, I owe this lady my life. Because I sent her the link, and she's like, I'm going to check it out. You know, she was at my retirement ceremony way in the back, and she's like, don't discuss me. This is your day, right? I won't discuss her name, but I can tell you that she saved my life because we talked about everything, and she understood that I wasn't an hour, that time frame that they give you to talk to each other. If you see your counsel looking at their watch all the time and checking the clock, you're not important to them.
Waiting for the next.
You're just filling a check the block. They're filling a quota for you. Now, this counselor that I have, she's not retired. And she still texts me on Facebook, how you doing today? Right? You have to tell the VA what you want. Now, it might sound weird. I've asked them for what I want and they didn't give me. So I looked up the director for the James Haley VA. I found him on LinkedIn and I sent him a message. Hey, is this how you treat your veterans? What about these guys that were in Vietnam? How you treat them? And I wrote a note this morning, real quick. I wrote down, imagine the vets that have unfortunately passed due to Agent Orange related issues that were recently passed under the PACT Act. These guys been waiting for years, and they're dwindling now because they're dead, you know? We have to push out to our friends and our family members and support each other and say, Cado, bro, you tripping, dog. I see you over there. Normally you smoking with us. Man, what's going on? Hug each other. Tell each other if you ain't got to be, hugged up like that, but you know what I mean? Like, tell each other you miss each other, man, because sometimes that's all we need. Instead of texting, everybody always texting, hey, what you doing? YWD, LOL. Man, call that brother, man, and just be like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? How you been? And that will change a person's day. I got a brother, man, I don't even know if he's on right now. Matter of fact, Solo. I always like telling this story, man. I think this dude is super, not because of his motorcycling skills, because he was my first sergeant in the Army when I was about 21 years old. So I knew Solo from his government name days when he used to have me at parade rest. You know what I mean? And he had to pull me to the side a couple of times and say, look, man, you're not going to survive like this, bro. You're not in Shatters, or you not in Belly, you not Lennox, you just a kid from Jamaica, but you got to deal with life the right way. And every time I see him, I give him a big hug. You not gay if you hug a dude. And that's where a lot of times, some of us black men, we are so homophobic that we're scared to tell a brother, hey, man, I miss you, dog. And there's no other, weird connotations about it. But going back to the book, I talk about the brain keeps score. Whatever you had in your mind that affected you, you can hear some dudes out there that don't tune their bike right and it backfire and you out there ducking for cover. Yeah. You talking about incoming. It's something happened to you, whether basic training or something, and we just gotta seek help. Shout out my man Tafiro, man, checking in from California. Everybody else checking in. Shaquille, shout out to everybody, man.
Well, let's just, I'll tell you what, first of all, let's hold this real quick. For all my viewers that's on Facebook, we're going to go ahead and cut the Facebook stream. Going to do it here in the next 15 seconds. If you guys would be so kind, let's move over to YouTube, open up a tab, come on to the YouTube channel, Sarge Life and Motorcycling, man. We're glad to have you. And for everybody who's on YouTube rocking with us right now, reach out, man, give us a like so we can get the algorithms moving, man. That's all we're asking. Hit us with a like, man. It ain't going to cost you $1. And for the ones who are rocking on, man, we appreciate you. Shaquila, appreciate you. Good to see you doing well. Edmund, of course, K-Solo rocking. Didn't know K-Solo was Pablo's first song, so we got some stories. I'm going to tell you that now. So we're going to go ahead and kill that stream now. Y'all hold on, gentlemen, for 1 second here. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Pablo, put your book up, man, so folks can see it.
Okay, we're on just YouTube, so that's the book. So I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah. So a lot of people, they think that the the VA benefit that we get, it's it's given to us. No, we earned that. I'm gonna correct everybody right now. It's not just given. We earned it. You know what I'm saying? Check out the book. It's out there on Amazon. Matter of fact, it's gonna be
The
1
link is in the
year, January
description.
4th.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. The link is in the description.
also. It's gonna be 1 year anniversary come January 4th that I published the book on Amazon. It's doing really well. People always think, veterans, oh yeah, they getting paid, they good, 100%, blah, blah, blah. Man, listen, most of us would rather our health than that money.
True.
Any day. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people, they just chit chat, they don't know what you're going through. They see you with things and they're like, yeah, man, you got money because you're 100%. When some of us done been through some things that if you traded with that person, they wouldn't be able to have the willpower to go through it. The problem that I have with well, not a real problem, but the challenge that the VA have is that every time that the benefits go up for service members, it's they got to go through approvals and all that stuff. So what you have to do is you have to see what fits. You don't need a new medication. Holistic stuff for me works. Now, if Cado want to do, whatever and go get 16 pills a day, that's cool. I can't deal with sleeping pills. So I smoke cigars. It's a bad trade-off, like my cardiologist said, but guess what? I'm more relaxed instead of taking a pill that said, oh, by the way, the symptoms is, swelling of your testicles and your ears bleeding and your nose falling off. I'd rather take the chance with a cigar, cooling down and whatnot, just relaxing. So you have to find out what works for you. But the biggest thing is support at the end of the day. If you go to counseling, get somebody to go with you that's close to you, whether it's your wife, whether it's your sister, your cousin, your boy, your home girl, whatever you got to do. Get somebody to go with you that's always around you so that they see the symptoms and they know how to react to it. Because 5 of us on this panel, every time somebody say, hey, you good? Guess what we going to say? Hey, I'm straight, dog. I'm straight,
10-4.
Yeah, so I'm going to cut it real quick, Big Sarge, and let the other brothers get a chance to talk. But yeah, go pick up the book. It's out there right now on Amazon. Description is in the description. The book is in the description. Yes, I appreciate all 500 plus of you guys that purchased the book already. I'm not doing it to make money, but yes, I did put my thoughts in. I was very vulnerable, putting everything on paper just so that I could help others. So please pick up the book, leave a review, whether you like it or not. Leave a review. If you don't like it, I just got to go rewrite it. It's only 56 pages, so yeah, you can get a good smoke, Cado. You can get a good smoke, and you can read this book in less than 3 hours. And this is just everybody. Yeah. All right, I appreciate your time, Big Sarge, for having me here, and I'm gonna be here the whole night, so I'll chime in if I need to.
Yes, sir. We'll get back with you. And I'm gonna say this lastly about the book. Of course, I've read the book, and me and Fresco Bar has done a podcast. I encourage you guys to check it out on the Sarge Life and Motorcycling YouTube channel. Man, great stuff. I appreciate him for what he did. The book is pretty intense. Some of it. Also, he puts himself out there, man, for us to be better people, man. He's given us the prescriptions on how to go check things out, how to get yourself taken care of, man, because ultimately we want everybody to have as healthy of life as we possibly can. But I'm going to move on, man, and if you don't mind, Ray Charles, I like to, because me, you, and Linda Faye is his beautiful wife, we had a candid conversation at the gas station not too long ago on your I-10 to the end ride. Am I correct?
My angel.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't be
So,
here without her.
hey, man, hey, we all should have an angel in our corner. I'm gonna tell you that now. But if you don't mind, can you speak a little bit about your situations and what maybe you and your wife have dealt with, and how VA is kind of come into play and help you guys to do what y'all need to do to have a successful, healthy life?
The first thing I want to say is thank you for this opportunity, Big Star. My biggest thing was a 5-letter word was called pride. It took me a long time to get over pride.
Mm.
And she kept telling me, you need help. And I kept saying, I'm good. Because VA gave me like 30 pills a day. And I basically told my doctor, you basically got me taking medications, waking up, sleeping, taking medication. But I said, you fucking trying to kill me. You trying to take me out. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
30 pills a day. All you're doing is eat, sleep, take a pill. Eat, sleep, take a pill. I was so drowsy. Then the Faye told me I was going to bed at 6 o'clock. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. But my issue started with my back. I think I came home with left foot drop from Afghanistan on my last tour. And me being a knucklehead, they sent me home on an appointment, on my R&R, and I had an appointment. I went to Womack, told the doctor I'm good. He sent me back to Afghanistan. I get back to Afghanistan, my leg got smaller than my fingers. I could take my hand and put it around my leg like that. It got so small that I can barely walk. So when I got to Germany, the guy basically told me, you're gonna be paralyzed in your left leg if you don't have this surgery. But because
Okay. You said left foot drop.
my left foot hasn't moved in since 2008.
So your left foot was just paralyzed.
It's on my foot, but it's not working. It's kind of hard to explain because people saying you look normal. My left foot don't move.
Oh.
They call it left foot drop. Like you seen the movie? What's the movie? Tom Hanks when he had the brace. Run Forrest Run.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest
Yeah,
Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah.
I got 4 of those.
Wow.
But I told the doctor it's hard to wear it because you can only wear it in a like a soft shoe. You can't wear it in like a dress shoe. You can't wear it in like a boot. You can only wear it in a sneaker.
Wow.
So I think once I went through that, I think my pride went way down, or my self-esteem went way down. I think I had the surgery at Walter Reed, and I was in the hospital for 10 days. Then the doctor finally came in and said, "Hey, I'm going to poke your leg and your feet." And he did that for about 20 minutes. And he said, when I poke you, you didn't feel a thing. He said, basically, you paralyzing your left leg. So me being me, hey, just cut it off and give me a new one. And that's when I think the therapy was go see the chaplain, go see this person. I said, I'm tired of seeing people. You know, I don't think I really need to be here no more if I can't do the Army thing. Because I've been in the Army since I was 18. And now they tell you that, or you can go and do other things. And like you said, with the 30-year-old lady, I'm not finna get out the Army at the height of my career, go work for a 21-year.
Yeah.
And like starting over.
Yeah.
I said I just couldn't do it. But to leave it all that, I think, like I said, Linda Faye done pulled me out of some dark holes many a time. I didn't have the gun, but like I said, I would tell my doctor, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't care what they tell you. Everybody have thought about suicide.
Yeah.
Whether they carry it out is on them. But everybody had that talk with themselves. Hey, what if I wasn't here? You'll be all right without me. Everybody had it, but some people will be honest with you, some people don't. But I was in some dark holes, and when they told me I couldn't run no more, couldn't jump no more, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've been running 10 miles a day, jumping out of an airplane. You'll never do that again.
It changes things, don't it, man? It's like, oh my God, wait a minute.
I think my biggest hurt was, I think before I went to Afghanistan, Linda Faye told me she wanted a motorcycle. And I said, hey, I'll get you one when I get back. I came back a totally different person where hey, we can't get motorcycle. You can get a motorcycle because my left leg is not what it used to be. There's some days I can't even bend down and tie my shoe. People just always ask me, why you never tie your shoe? Hell, I can't reach down there. So I just flip them over. But like I said, the VA is. I really thought the VA was out to kill me with the medication. I really thought that. Because I'm saying, like he said, they give you medication. Oh, this don't work. Try this one. This don't work. I went through so many medications. So one day I just went in and told the doc, hey, if you just give me my marijuana card, I don't drink. You give me, she said, no, you can't smoke. I'm like, hey, I'm just telling you, you give me my card, I'll be all right. But I think the last 15 years, my life has really changed. And because of Linda Faye, I think I'm still here.
Nice.
But I done had some dark times.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell people, I say, hey, I live every day like it's my last day now. Because you never know.
True.
Pocket's gonna
True.
begin.
True.
So
True.
anything she asked me to do, I try and do it. Like if she wanted to do the I-10 to the end, she wanted to ride across country. Hey, let's go for it. Let's go for it. But I said, I don't know what next month gonna be. But I'm telling you, I was Superman in the Army, but once I retired, I don't know who I was. Because my life had flipped upside down. But I'm gonna turn it back over to the other fella. Let hit him with war stories.
Well, before we do it, let me ask you this. So, are you doing better now? And are you still being able to get the treatment that you need to maintain some resemblance of a healthy, active life?
I basically told my doctor, if you cannot give me my two legs back. Like I was going to therapy. I don't know if they've been to therapy. I was going to therapy, but it was group therapy. And some of the stories you was hearing there, like every story I was hearing, people was bitching about they couldn't get their money. They couldn't get a raise in their money. They wasn't there for the therapy.
It was there for the money.
About, I need my money to take care of my family.
Right.
And I'm like, lady, I'm just here to try and get help. I said, hearing these stories, I ain't got time for it. So I kind of like gave up on therapy. And now it's like, letting the face my therapy. When I got a problem, I basically just go talk to her.
Nice.
Day-to-day operation, bro, it's changed me a lot. Because my thing was when I was in the Army, was, hey, keep in mind, if you hurting, I'm hurting too. But I'm glad you're on my team. And like you said, and I know in the Army, we used to call it a sick call ranger. Like you just going over there just because you don't want to work or you don't want to do it.
Yeah, Marine Corps would call it sick bay commando.
Yeah, we call it sick call. Because I remember one jump we had, it was a night jump. I scraped the back of my head, and I'm walking around, everybody staring at the back of my head. I'm like, what are y'all looking at? He said, "Sir, you got no skin on the back of your head." I think that parachute drugged me about 20 yards because we had a heavy truck that night. I didn't want to be the man holding up the mission. So I'm like, hey, just put some alcohol on it and I'm good to go. Then when I get out the Army.
Alcohol works every time.
Yeah. When I get out the Army, he said, you probably had so many concussions that your body done got used to it.
I bet. Matter of fact, I bet a lot of y'all who, airborne cats, man, I can imagine being whipped all over the place like that consistently. And nobody back then, we didn't have the really good helmets.
Yeah, but I mean, in that airborne world, you don't want to be that guy that everybody like, man, he's jumping but not jumping, or some people jumping for the pay, some people jumped every 90 days. I had a buddy of mine, he was one of those part of that 100 jumps elite club that every time a plane was flying, he called me up on a Saturday or Sunday, Monday, hey man, we're going on this jump. And that's when I had to realize one day, man, family first. Because I plan on getting out the Army one day.
Yeah.
So, like I said, to me, sometimes, like he said about in his book, to me, it's a matter of pride. Like I said, hugging each other, tell somebody you love them. It's a matter of pride. And some men can't let that go. Like, hey, I'm not going to be the weakest link. I'm not going to tell somebody or see somebody or call somebody. It's a matter of pride. Like I said, hey, suck it up. My motto used to be, hey, if you hurting, I'm hurting too. So just deal with it. But it took me a while to learn that. People hurt in different ways.
Yeah, true. True.
And my favorite thing when I tell people is every veteran, you know, I think we was riding somewhere like, and we was parked in a handicap spot. And the guy said, hey, you know those spots are for handicapped people. And I had to break it down to him, hey, not all handicaps are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to be in a wheelchair.
Indeed.
That is really true. Really
No.
true.
But some people see it as that way. You got to be visibly handicapped for them to see it.
Right.
Until I show you my mental handicap.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, when I was at Walter Reed, they offered me a wheelchair. And I told the lady, I don't need no damn wheelchair. And then when I kept falling down for a week, I said, now I see what she was saying. There's some days I can be walking beside you and just fall down. You're like, what the hell wrong with you? I'm good. It took Linda Faye a while to get used to that. But I kept saying, I don't know what's wrong. Leg just give out. But all I can say, gentlemen, like you said, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Put yourself first. Swallow your pride and put yourself first.
Definitely take care of yourself. Yeah. And hopefully everybody who's out there rocking with us today, and I'm sure, because look like I have a lot of veterans on this evening, we know it's all real, man. You have to go get yourself checked out. You have to put your pride to the side. You can't, oh, man, I just don't like hospitals. No, man, you have to go get checked out. Because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're going to regret it and you're going to stop the opportunity that you have to have a healthy life. And to be honest, just like Frescobar said, you know, when you get up in the middle of the night, man, and you walk around with that thing on you, and everybody like, hey, yo, what's going on? And you wake up next morning, why y'all tripping? Hey, man, because it's real.
On that story there, so they told me I can't even have a gun.
Yeah.
Lady came to the house, and I said, hey, I'm doing my permit. And she took Linda Faye outside and said, hey, he cannot have a gun. He can't even own it.
Yeah.
Ray Charles, when they my first counselor, the little young 30-year-old lady said, do you have guns? And I told her the number of guns that I have. And she was like, well, you know we can come and get them.
Yeah.
I said, ma'am, my Second Amendment right is to bear arms. And if you come on my private property, I will be forced to use them. Of course, they looked at my situation a lot deeper. But ain't no more talk of coming to take my guns after that. You know, I kind of set myself up, but at the same time, if you let the VA push you, they will push you over. You know what I'm saying?
And they are recording you as you talk. They are recording.
Oh yeah, for sure.
People don't know. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
When you go in there and you look back at your notes, they are recording. Because I think one of my counselors told me I shouldn't be driving. That they're gonna take my license away. I said, well, when you come out this door, I'll be waiting on you. And I got a phone call saying, hey, she don't want to see you no more.
Hey, I do remember this, man. This was in it was in 2004. It was right before I was getting ready to retire. Of course, I had to go to my VA interview, and I went up to talk to the doc. This was in it wasn't in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, but I think it was in a little small town outside of Lejeune. It might have been even Goldsboro at the time I had to go. And the doctor, I get in there, man, he's just constantly talking. And you know, I was a young Marine, man. It was, you know, piss and fire and vinegar, man. Last thing I first saw it has time. And he's just steady talking, man. I'm just getting sick of this dude. Like, God damn it, hurry up and get this over with. And I remember, man, and I left, went back to work, of course, did everything I normally have to do. And this was some 5 years later, man. I had a chance to look at my file and see my doctor's interview. And it said in there, subject got very irritated with me, rolling his eyes.
They record everything.
They look at how you dress.
How you dress. Yes.
Listen, every time I go to the VA and they ask me, Mr. Mckoy, how you doing? I'm like, I'm above ground. I never say I'm good because they will take away your medication or whatever they need to do. I'm telling you, it happens. But like K Solo said, if you're not happy with the VA, go to community care. That means they send you to a civilian doctor, which is a lot more personal, and they cater to you more because guess what? They're still getting paid, but at the VA, you get 15 minutes to talk to a person.
You
You
on
know
the
what I'm
clock.
saying?
You on the clock.
You are timed when you go
You on the
to
clock.
the VA.
Well, let
And
me
you
just,
could be mid-sentence. They're like, hey, right now we got another patient coming in at 1400,
Yeah.
Mr. McCoy. So we'll catch you on the next time. And don't go in there thinking you're going to talk about 2 ailments. Oh, no, it's 1 ailment at a time.
so let me say this before I turn it over to the next panelist. Just quick question. So of course there's VA hospitals and there are VA clinics. Do anybody use any of the clinics or the hospitals? And if you do you? I think there's one down in St. Pete, and there's one in
Yeah,
Winston
there's
Salem.
one in Tampa, too. There's a big one in Tampa, James Haley.
Yeah.
They are very good over here. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the best care from them, yes.
Yeah. Because to be honest, and you tell me, Easy, you and Cado, do y'all do pretty good in North Carolina with the VA clinics and hospitals? Do y'all use them
No,
at
I
all?
do. I
Yeah,
know I
because
do.
I normally hear pretty good stories about them, believe it or not. It's when you trying to upgrade to get the Lucci is when you get the hard time.
Oh yeah.
But the medical care seems like it's pretty good. Am I correct?
Yeah, we have 2 VA centers here in Fayetteville. We have the old one, and then we have a brand new one. So you can use both of them as a veteran. So if one don't have an appointment that they can give you, they'll see if the other one has an appointment opening over there. So it works hand in hand. But
And you can learn
sometimes
a
it's a
lot.
luck of the
And
draw
you can
too.
learn a lot in that VA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can learn a lot by talking to them veterans.
Facts, man.
Different programs.
While you're sitting in there waiting on your turn to go to the doctor, you know how we are. We get to talking back and forth. So what you got going on, man? Yeah, hey man, I'm just gonna put you on game now. You need to make sure this, and the other thing. Oh, you dealing with sleep apnea issues? Hey man, let me put you on game. Let me give you some information about that, so you don't prolong this situation. Because the quicker you know how to get, let me say this, and then Cado, I'm gonna let you take the floor from this, and you go ahead and fly. But I found when you don't know how to ask the question, it hurts you. You gotta know what to ask for them to be able to give you the help you need. Because if just like you guys said, hey, how you doing? I'm good, doc. That's gonna work against you. When they bend your leg this way, how does that feel? It's okay, I can work with it.
Right.
No, you can't.
That's the key thing. That's the key thing is pain level. What's your pain level?
Yeah, that's the play. Hey, because you know how we are. Hey, it hurt, but I'm gonna work with it. No, and that where your problem begins.
Yeah.
Because
I
when
tell
you
them I
say
can't breathe.
so when you say I can work with it, guess what they're gonna do? Well, cool. Go ahead and work with it. Right? That's what you say.
Hey man.
It's crazy though.
It's crazy though that we're having this conversation, man, because a lot of people don't know. Like when I retired in 2018, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Cado, but I had 68 claims. I did everything from male baldness down to being heavy, being fat, everything. And I put in there, I had knee pain, I had ankle pain, and they gave me 0 for all of that because there's no diagnosis that's called knee pain or ankle pain. You have to get, now which one of us done been to medical school, gonna talk about your patella was ruptured on a jump? None of us even speak like that. So the old heads at the VA, they were like, look, Mike, you gotta, you get coached a little bit, but you earn every dollar that you get. Go get that money, because it's there.
A wise guy told me, say, when you get out, Rachel, you write everything down from head to toe.
Yep.
Head to toe. You came in the Army with a good body from head to toe. Now I got headache. Now I got ringing in the ear. Now my neck hurt. I can't turn to the right. My fingers hurt. He said, write everything down from head to toe. They're going to deny some of it, and some of it's going to get approved.
Hey, but realistically, that's the truth, man. I was in light armor. You can't sit and tell me we'll load up a 200 clip belt of 25 Mike, and we at the gunnery range all damn day. Bah, 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 bah. And you trying to tell me your hearing is just as good as it was when you joined at 16, 17? Or you're carrying a 50 cal around and doing a 25-mile force hike, and you trying to tell me your knees and back are just as good as they were when you were playing high school sports? No, they're not. And then just to, again, we still in all Cado time, but just to say this is just to say, okay, I'll deal with these ailments because they're part of getting old. And I'll rock with it, I'll maneuver. But it also affects you on your job. Because a lot of us retire from the military and then we go on to get these jobs. And oh, by the way, the job don't want you calling off all the time on FMLA because you got stuff was going on when you were a jump master. They don't care nothing about that.
Nah,
And that's where the problem begins. So even the thing of getting a little extra money or getting extra resources, whatever, you need that stuff. You need it because it's going to help. Hopefully, you'll never be complete because you're never going to be young again. But at least it gives you I don't know if I want to say a crutch, but it gives you leverage.
It does. Because I know for me, I got lucky because I had a lot of veterans pull me to the side before I got out the military, before I retired. And when I was thinking about, hey, I had a profile for my back because I had a bad jump. And I wanted to go to drill sergeant school so bad, but they don't accept drill sergeants if you're on profiles. So I was willing to drop my whole permanent profile and say, I want to go to drill sergeant school. One of these old sergeants pulled me to the side. Come here, knucklehead, let me talk to you. He said, if you drop that profile, you go do the drill sergeant, you can't come back on that profile because there's nothing wrong with your back no more. So when you go to do your claim, they're going to look at you was hurt, you wasn't hurt. Now, what did you do to yourself? Now you retired to get hurt again. And you sitting there like, wait, I just wanted to do something with my career. Nah, they don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that.
Trying to be part of that top 10%.
Trying to be that part of that top 10. You want to be that hood guy. And you sitting there like, I'm going to put some dirt on it. I'm going to bring some water. I'm good. Now, next thing you know, you trying to retire and you barely walk. And they was like, what's wrong with your back? My back been hurting since 98. It only been in your records for like 2 years, though.
Yeah.
What happened to the other 18 years? You was good? It don't compute to them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you sitting there like, damn. So when the guy pulled me to the side, I was like, that makes sense. And coming from an older guy, you want to take that wisdom from him. And you want to say, you know what, I'm going to put that in my back pocket for later. And me listening to him, when I retired, I walked out the door with my packet complete, where I didn't have to go to the VA and fight for all these extra ailments. Everything was already locked and cocked already. So when my paperwork hit their desk, I ain't have nothing to ask them. They were just like, wow, look at your medical file. Yeah, look at my body. Look, and that's just the physical part. This ain't talking about the mental part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now, like with Escobar and Charles said, my family, I knew something was wrong when I was going to counseling, and the counselor wanted to speak to my family. I did not realize how I had my kids walking on eggshells around me because they didn't know what day or what they were going to expect from minute to minute. Because my son, I love him to death, but he liked to creep around the house. And I keep telling him, son, you're going to catch me on one of these days. I'm going to pray for you. That's all I can do is pray for you. I'm telling you, don't do that.
Right.
So, and thank God for my oldest daughter, because she's been around longer than my other kids. So when she see me leaning one way or the other, she give the pre-warning to the whole house. Hey, Dad is he acting a little funny right now. So everybody stay clear or don't do anything to irritate him. And I'm sitting there like, did I really make y'all feel like this?
Hell
and it was like, yeah. We were scared to even come around you sometimes because the first thing come out your mouth is violence.
You probably feel like the family talking about you.
Yeah.
My son and my daughter, my son and my wife talk about me and say, "Hey, he got anger management." And I'm like, "Ain't shit wrong with me."
And like Pablo said, most of us had PTSD. I know when I found out, I had it before I even came in. because of where I grew up at and the things that I seen at a young age. My counselor was like, shouldn't no 10-year-old kid be seeing a dead body?
Right.
And some people think, oh man, that's funny. Ha 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 ha. You don't realize how far back in your mind that has set. And one little thing that can trigger it or bring that whole thought to the front. And now you don't know how to handle it now. So I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. I can carry that this long? They were like, Mr. Cado, you told us you didn't think you was going to live to see past 18. That was my cutoff date to live where I grew up at in New Orleans. 18 was my cutoff date. If I made it past 18, I lived a full life. Now just imagine,
that's crazy.
now compound it, all that military stuff on top of that. And when it exploded and overfilled, because like you say, we're beating my chest, I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing wrong with me. I'm good.
Superman.
And when it all explodes, everything comes out. Now you the bad guy in every situation now. Because everything about you is like survival mode now. It's me against everybody else. It's me against my family. It's me against my kids. It's me against my wife. You know, everybody leave me alone. I'm gonna go get in the corner. And this is what I love about this motorcycling thing. I used to get up in the middle of the night and jump on my bike and just take off. My wife always tracking where I'm going. Because I don't know where I'm going. I just know I need to leave to get away from everybody and just be by myself. And me riding out there, that's why I love riding at night. Because you ask me, man, why you wait so late to leave on the I-10? I say, I just love to ride at night because I don't have to look at nobody. I don't have to talk to nobody. And it's just me. I can pull up on side of the road and go to sleep on side of the road next to my bike like there ain't nothing wrong. Now, when I wake up, yeah, my body hurting sleeping on the ground. But I was happy, though.
Right.
I was happy. And if you meet a lot of veterans who out there on the streets, they'll tell you the same thing. I'm happy out here on the ground by myself because that's what they're used to. They've been doing it for so long, it becomes second nature to them. And you sitting there like, that's not right. You shouldn't think like that. But that's the mentality that some of us have. I got to be away from everybody. And Soldiers United showed me that love when I went down there to Hattiesburg. I was having a moment, a real bad moment. They quarantined me off in the corner by myself and said, don't nobody go over there, leave me be. That's when I was like, this is what this community should be about. Like you said, Pablo, call somebody, talk to them.
Yeah.
Like my man Kodak always said, check on a veteran. Make sure they're good. Talk to them, make sure they're okay. Because at the end of the day, that little piece of kindness. Hey man, how you doing, Pablo? How you doing today, man? Hey Ray, how you doing today? That text, we too old to be texting 25 messages. After I text you twice, I'm calling you.
Yeah.
Hey man, what you got, man? What you want to tell me, dude? That's too much texting for me. Because now I'm getting irritated. I'm getting irritated off your text messages. What you want, man? Tell me what you want. Don't take all day trying to explain it. Just tell me what the fuck you want.
Staring at that little box, I can see eye to eye.
So now you're like, man, why you gotta talk like that? No, I'm not talking harsh. Just get to the point. I ain't got all day to be sitting here trying to listen to you. Get me the story and we go. And that's why a lot of my counseling, I did what Ray did. Man, would you shut the fuck up, dude? You talking too fucking much.
Hey, man.
You talking too fucking much.
Hey, man.
Keep it real, Big Shot. Keep it real.
Hey, brother, I hope my wife ain't on this live feed because, damn it, I thought I was the only person that was that. And
No.
sometimes I feel so bad. And I'll do this. If you don't tell me, if you don't get to the point fast, I get lost in the story. I be like, yo, just get, I'm getting ready to get lost in the story. If you don't give me the details really quick, I won't. And I feel so rude to people that I deal with when that happens. I really do. Sometimes I feel like, man, I'm so damn rude. They think you're such an asshole for doing that.
Asshole. Yes.
Sometimes you do. I just get so lost. Like, oh my God, if I don't get to this story, man, I'm gonna forget the whole damn thing.
And then you get mad mentally you get mad mentally because you're not really comprehending no more. You didn't shut down. You like,
you shut
what
down.
the fuck did you just say? What did you just say, man? And then now they don't want to repeat it now. Now they don't want to repeat what they just said.
Yeah.
Now they're looking at you like, once again, hey, man, you took too long to get to the story, bro. Come on, man. So it's just that thing where you got to sit back and you got to take that time out for yourself and be like, I need 5 minutes, guys. Give me 5 minutes by myself so I can regather myself so I can come back and talk to you. Because if I've been here too long, like that counselor's voice, she had one of the high-pitched voices that irritates you. And I told her, I said, ma'am, can we take a break? Sure, right after this next question. Bitch, didn't I just tell you I need to take a fucking break? So now I walk out, I go take a break, I come back to apologize. They hit the red button on me at the fucking VA. They hit the red button on me at the fucking VA. Now I got to get escorted, or there's a cop on every floor when I have a fucking appointment.
My boss
And I know they're there for me. Because one of my coworkers worked at the VA. She called my wife, hey, we got a red notice on your husband. We got a red notice on your husband. What the fuck?
Hey, don't get us in trouble now. Don't get us in trouble.
You said keep it real. You said keep it real.
I did say keep it real.
Hey, you want my story? Here it is. I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you. And I'm just like, I just don't get it sometimes. When I tell you I had enough, you should listen to me as a veteran telling you I'm about to go left on you. When my doctors don't want to listen to me, I'm telling you my knee hurt. You talking about my high blood pressure. I don't give a fuck about my high blood pressure right now, bro. I'm trying to walk from my car back to my house and my knees hurt. Why are we talking about something else? But now I'm an asshole though. I'm an asshole when everybody talk to me. So now it's like, you know what? Now if I don't say nothing, I can't wait for Lou.
Right.
I can't wait for Lou.
That's me there. When I get quiet, they say.
But when I'm quiet, now I'm thinking about how I'm gonna hurt you now. Because now you push me to the point where now I want to hurt you. So let me be when I say leave me alone, give me a minute. And a lot of my family members didn't understand that. Because they was like, y'all remember me when I was 5, 17, 18.
Functional.
Dude, the stuff that I've been through in the military, dude, your body couldn't handle all the stuff that run through my head at nighttime. When I'm laying in my bed and now my wife looking at me like, baby, you okay? I say, yeah. She said, why your legs are moving? Why your arms moving? But mind you, I'm blank. I don't even know I'm doing it. She just like, you just moving. You just moving. I'm like, my bad, baby. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go sleep on the couch or I'm gonna lay on the floor. That way I don't bother you while you sleeping. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't realize that is frustrating because you have no control over that mental part. Everything in my head, I'm just sitting there like, I know I need help, but I don't want medication. I don't want 30 pills. That now, the side effects are worse than what I already had. So I don't want that. Give me something else. Well, we can't give you nothing else. Well, I'm gonna have to self-medicate now.
Yeah.
And you don't want me to do that.
That part.
Right.
So you got to help me one way or another. But like you said, advocating for yourself and asking for that community care.
Yes.
Now you get sent outside, and they on a different time schedule now.
Oh, big time.
So tell me what's wrong, Mr. Cado. Well, look, I'm having this, and then I wait for them to interrupt me and say, "Well, we're gonna talk about this." They're still like, "Oh, okay. Well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this A, B, and C." Is that easy? Yeah, but why the VA don't do that? Hey, like you said, they're on a time schedule. They got 15 minutes to talk to you.
Yep,
15, and don't be late. Don't be late.
Oh no.
Because that cut into your 15 minutes. That's you down to 7. Hey, hurry up. What you got?
Hey, well, let me ask this question before we turn it over to Easy. David Bell, you know, he said, hey, I don't use VA, I use civilian health care. Can you guys, as veterans, use civilian health care as well as VA?
I'm gonna tell you my part on that. It's two parts for me. Because I got a problem when I go to civilian health and I go back to my regular doctor, the VA, and they asking me what a note said. Didn't they send you the shit? Because they didn't give it to me.
Yeah.
That's one of the questions I hate is, we didn't get those notes.
Well, because they're not on the same system. Your civilian and your VA are not on the same system.
No, I got that part. I mean, sometimes they'll send you to a civilian doctor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You go back to your regular doctor, and they ask you, where your stuff at?
Yeah.
How many times you been to the doctor, they don't give you a printout of your record?
Yeah, most of that stuff is electronic, it's online anyway, but it still don't mean that you don't have to nudge somebody to tell the left hand what the right hand is doing.
Right. Just remember too, man.
I went through prostate cancer 4 times. You got it, you don't got it. You got it, you don't got it.
Ooh.
It's like when I saw a female doctor, I got prostate cancer. I see a male doctor, ain't nothing wrong with you. As a matter of fact, when I came back from Afghanistan, I think we landed, I saw a female urologist, and she gave me something, and I went to go piss, and it felt like my dick was on fire. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to give you the medication." I was about to jump on that fucking desk right now.
I'm a cancer survivor myself, prostate cancer.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it or not, bro. I'm gonna tell you, it's like I went through all the like I was telling my wife, I said, you know how many I done had rods up my anus, up in my mouth, in my dick. I done had so many rods that hell, I don't even call me now.
Tell them you want a PSA blood count.
Oh, I'd have done that.
Your PSA, if you have a number,
oh yeah,
you got a symptom. If your PSA has a number, you have a symptom.
I mean, I was going and done, and I just felt like I was just giving them a check. And then I was going to Lomerton, and that's when I told my wife, I'm not going no more. I said, hey, I'm hearing the same thing. I go in there and get blood. They rob me. When I see them with the glove and the lubrication, they getting the finger out. I said, didn't we do this last time I came here? Oh, it's time to do it. I said, I think y'all just collecting a check. So that's when I told her, if I die, I'm good, but I'm not going to doctor.
Nah,
man, don't do that. Please don't have that attitude.
Well,
Please don't have that attitude, man.
Actually,
I
want to go back to those particular things which you, Ray Charles and Cado said. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead. Let's go ahead and get to Easy, and then we'll double back and we'll talk about those things in particular, because that is something that we need to kind of spend a couple more minutes on, if you guys don't mind. So Easy, man. These fellas, boy, I tell you, hey, they started making me sweat here for a minute because they were telling the uncut funk. It was the uncut funk.
Raw and uncut.
Hey, it was raw and I appreciate and I appreciate you fellas for being so open and honest. And let's be honest, man. A lot of us in our community, and when I say our community, I say the African American community, we will talk about anything behind closed doors, but we won't talk about nothing in public. And it's time for us to start showing more courage, especially as men, and speak the truth, man. The truth is going to save somebody's life. Don't be the guy who lied at the funeral. We don't care about you telling me the truth after the person is gone. Let's tell the truth now. If it's something that's not right, let's talk about it. Because the help is right around the corner as long as we know to ask the right questions, man. Somebody's going to get you in the right direction to get the help. And ultimately, if everybody that's out that's viewing this podcast today understand there is some type of solution. Don't try to go it on your own. Don't try to figure all this stuff out of your own. Go seek the help, man. We got all the links in the show notes today for VA. We got all the links for suicide. I've got a suicide crisis and prevention line through the VA that's in the show notes today. We got things. And oh, by the way, we have each other as bikers in this bike community. Yeah. We got 1 billion Facebook group damn pages, and we ride, we brothers. Well, damn it, let's be brothers. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this. When you say, Sarge, how you doing? If you don't want me to be, if I ain't doing good and I can't tell you I ain't doing good, don't ask me how I'm doing, damn it. Because if I ain't doing good, damn it, I'm gonna tell you I ain't doing good. Now it's up to you to tell me, to ask me the next question. We'll go from there. But Easy, man, the floor is yours. Let's rock, bruh.
Let it rock. Appreciate the opportunity, Big Sarge. Hey, I'm pulling up the rear on all my bros and got on here and said some pretty good things on here. And just sitting here listening, I understand. I've been there and I share some of the same symptoms and situations that most of you've had in the VA. But I'll give y'all my little insight on getting out and the different things I've experienced with the system. So when I first got out, like Pablo had mentioned earlier about he seen a Marine come in there with a very thin medical record. I only had 14 claims when I got out. My medical records was less than 100 pages for 23 years. And when I got out, I didn't have much of anything. One, I had a senior who sat up there and, dropped some knowledge on me. He said when I did my phase 1 and phase 2 physical, he told me to make sure any and everything that had ever happened to me throughout my career, if I could remember what it was, to make sure I put it on there. And he said if it's something that happened more than 3 times, make sure you add that word chronic to it. And that's pretty much what I did. And I came out on top. Not going to share my percentage, but most of y'all could probably guess where I'm at. But only 14 claims. That's all I had was 14.
Yeah.
That got me there. But it was facts. All of it was factual. And one of the things that did happen to me on the tail end was I had a misdiagnosis. They told me that I had insomnia. And although I did have insomnia, it was misdiagnosed as PTSD. It's one of the reasons why I decided to actually retire, because I put my hands on the soldier, something I had never done. And it didn't scare me because I put hands on the soldier. It scared me because I was afraid that I might do that to one of my kids. And that was my issue. So I decided to get out. I said it was my time to go. And when I went to go see that doctor for the first time, he was like, yes, sir. I didn't even get to finish talking to him. And he was like, yes, sir, you have PTSD. We're going to start scheduling you for some appointments. And I say that to say this because once I start having these appointments, I started out in El Paso, Texas, going to the doctor, going to the VA. And, everything was great. They didn't put me on a whole lot of meds. Had one psychiatrist that I used to go see. Everything was great. Well, decided to transition back to the East Coast, and I got here in and around Fort Stewart. And I had the VA clinic here at Fort Stewart, and then I had the hospital, Ralph H. Johnson, up in South Carolina. Well, started going through my therapy here. Had a great doctor for about a year. Decided to take him away and move him somewhere else. And they put me with another doctor, somebody fresh out of school. Young guy, didn't have too much experience, and he tried to get me to go back from the beginning. And I have a background in psychology, and that is something you don't do.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, the more he pushed, the more he got feedback from me. So they took me away from him. It was actually a virtual session, and he pushed a button. And I think that was the last time I ever did a virtual session because I kind of went besides myself in the room. Did some damage to some property. But anyway, we had the head of the psychiatric department give me a call personally to find out what was going on with me and why. And I explained to her how more or less what counselors had been doing. You sit different counselors, you got a short period of time, like Cado was just talking about, they give you 15, 20 minutes, and then they got to jump on to somebody else. I said, that's not therapy. I said, you sitting up here, you making people. I said, it's almost like you pull the pin out of a grenade and you wait to go into muscle failure and then you let that grenade go. I said, that's what you guys are doing. And I said, I'd rather just not come than sit up here and deal with this. And when I tell you, she was on the phone every day to find me another therapist that I could use. She was on the phone every day. And eventually I ended up doing phone sessions with my previous doctor. And, you know, it was some years that I went through therapy, trying to anger management, had a lot of things I was dealing with when I first got out, because I had went into this black hole, didn't want to be bothered with nobody, you know, depression, a whole lot of things. And I just didn't want to be bothered, you know, and where I found my time was on tubes. And I think it was Cado who mentioned, you know, how he gets up in the middle of the night. I got myself and one of my bros who live right around the corner from me. That's what we do. He'll call me and he won't say nothing. He just calls 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I already know what's up. Our wives know what's up. We leave the house, we go ride, we don't say nothing. He come back home, I go to my garage, he go to his, and we don't talk about anything. But it's just us getting out, riding, taking that time because we're dealing with certain things. You know, y'all see this room in the background. This is my safe place. This is where I come when I lose control or when I don't want to deal with the world. You know, and sometimes we have to have those places to be able to go just to get away from reality sometimes. You know, we all deal with things. One of the things I heard a lot of guys talk about was medication. I'm one of them guys, I don't do medication. Only medication I take is for high blood pressure, and that's because I have an enlarged heart, and it's a hereditary thing. But outside of that, it's too much. If we just take the time and read, what's that saying they say about reading? Put something in the book.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Gotcha.
If you know, you know.
You sit up there, you know. Prescriptions, and you start reading them prescriptions, and you be like, I'm not taking this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I can't I can't tell y'all how many times I just sit up here and looked at my prescriptions, and I had a prescription for one thing, and I'm not supposed to be taking it with something else.
Yeah, they clash.
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, man. And then you go back and tell them, and they act like it's your fault because you bring it to their attention.
You done your research.
Yeah. Trust me, I do mine. You know, but
they don't want that.
Yeah, it gets to the point, you know, I go to the clinic here that's locally. They do pretty good for me. And then when I just can't deal with certain things, I give the actual hospital a call. So I got to drive about 2.5 to 3 hours away to Charleston, get appointments up there. And they've gotten better over the years. I will say that. They've gotten a lot better over the years. Because when I first started going to them, it was a mess. I just put it to you this way. I gave up on VA healthcare. I'm just glad I got TRICARE and VA healthcare. But if I look at healthcare now, where I am, I prefer VA healthcare over TRICARE. I know some people don't, but I know here where I'm at, they pretty much take care of me. And then when it comes down to medication, I prefer TRICARE over the VA because you get it a lot faster.
Gotta learn how to work on it.
We got options, man. We just gotta research. You know, we just gotta research and see what's best for us.
Like I said, I hear everybody talk about different things that they use, you know, to deal with some of the traumas that we've had in life. You know, I had back-to-back deployments pretty much from 2001 up until 2013, about a couple of months before I got out. And I had 9 combat deployments, not just deployments, combat deployments.
Right. For sure.
It takes a toll on you with the things that you see, the things that you do, you know, and some people just don't get it, especially when you're going through therapy and they want you to talk about this stuff over again. Nah. Once you work through the situation, you should not be going back through that stuff again.
I personally don't think it gets you better. I mean, to sit and talk about some of the things that you saw, and again, I'm a combat veteran as well. You know, I'm a light armored infantry guy. You know, but talking about that stuff, you don't want to talk about that stuff, man. You want to bury that in a pit, and never to see that again. You know, does anybody think differently? Well, I do.
Nope.
Talk about that. Yeah.
I mean,
I was a combat engineer.
Yeah, you see some stuff.
See,
You know?
what I like what Easy said, because when you're talking about bringing it up again, but if you have a counselor and that counselor knows what they're doing when it comes to the cognitive therapy, cognitive behavior therapy, you tell them a piece and they give you something to work with that piece, and then the next session you go forward. But for you to go to a new doctor and you got to start the whole story again, man, listen, you are walking time bomb.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie. You are a walking time bomb. And the
Are you
first
talking
dude
like
that you see in that parking lot that look at you, because I used to go to my appointments right after work. So I'm in a suit, or I'm in a long sleeve, button down, whatnot, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you look like an officer." Okay, but now you want to go upside his head and try not to get some blood on your collar. You know what I mean? So you just got to be careful, man, because a lot of this stuff comes from frustration. Also, that's one thing I noticed with all of us. We are so frustrated, but on the flip side of that, we have to remember that a lot of these telephone operators at the VA, or the techs that gives us our appointments, they're like GS7s or GS8s. They're not making no money. So they come in there and they're like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Mckoy, your appointment is next week." You drive 30 minutes to the VA and they're like, "Hey, we ain't got no appointment for you." And you like, "What?" Now you looking for Keisha, because she done forgot to hit enter on the button.
They send it down. They send it out.
Let my fan say, you get the red button, you and it's all over.
Yep.
So again, though, we as men, we have to learn how to mitigate those stressors. So you have a part to deal with it also. We can't just say, "You know what, I went to war for 16 years and this is what you're getting." No, we have a part that we have to play. We have to police ourselves and be like, "Damn, I feel my ears getting hot," or "I know my left arm trembling to give this dude a one-hitter quitter. But if I do, I'm going to go to jail.
Yep.
I'm not going to be with my family. And I'm going to lose all of these VA benefits." You know what I'm saying? So you have to compose yourself sometimes and just be like, "You know what? Let me just play deaf ear to this idiot in the parking lot, because it ain't even worth it." Because as soon as you knock him out, one, you that angry black man. I hate to put race, but you never heard of an angry white man, right? It's always an angry black man, though, right? And you hear people say, "This will happen to them when they go to war." Like we the only ones affected.
Well, back in the day, they call it shell shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we have a duty to ourselves to police up ourselves and try to learn how to mitigate, our stressors, because sometimes we too old, man. Ain't none of us here 30 years old, right? We too old to go to jail, because if we go to jail now and do a 20-year bid, we coming out at 70 plus. Maybe
Probably won't make it out.
If you coming out.
Big Sarge.
That's if you're coming out. Some probably ain't gonna come out.
Hey, look, K-Solo
I'm
said,
be honest
"Learn
with
to
you, bro.
separate ourselves from our triggers."
Yes.
That's pretty much what I do. I take myself out of the situation.
Yeah.
If I see something getting heated, and I know, and like Pablo was just saying, you feel it. And I just close my eyes and I do about face and I walk away, because if I stay there, I already know what's going to happen.
Yep.
How short my temper is. And that's one of the biggest things I've had to control over the years, and a lot of people just don't understand why I stay to myself a lot. And that's because I don't deal with a whole lot of BS. I don't like being involved in certain things. And when folks are doing stuff like that, it will trigger me. And that's why I step away. I'll walk away, because I just don't like being in that type of stuff. So like Pablo said, learn how to identify it.
Yeah.
So
You gotta learn to separate yourself.
learn how to separate it. And that's factual.
I think it's really real. And I'm going to say this as we move it into the last segment and bringing this thing into home, because we can't keep everybody all night. But I'm going to say this real quick, is that as I was listening, especially when Ray Charles and Cado was saying it, and I think you easy kind of came and came up the 6 o'clock with this thing. It's funny. I do see a lot of our homeless veterans. They're just off doing their own thing. You know, you'll see them sometimes. They'll have their sign, or they might have a fatigue jacket on. But I find the commonality with them a lot of times. They just want to be left alone.
That's it.
They don't want to be in all the hustle and bustle of what's going on in the world today. And I think we don't understand them a lot of times. That's why there's a lot of criticism a lot of times, because we criticize things we don't know or understand. But now, as I'm thinking about this and I'm listening to you gentlemen in this podcast, I'm starting to say, man, I'm seeing a commonality. Everybody on the panel said dealing with certain issues, they just want to be left alone. Left alone, man. Give me a little chance to kind of to bring the temperature down a little bit, because if you don't, then you force something that we don't want. That we don't want. And when they don't want to give you attention when you need to do what you need to do, they're gonna give you attention really when you do what you don't supposed to be doing. And that's funny, the whole PTSD or anxiety disorder or depression, all these things. It's funny how a lot of times you get blown off when you speak about things, those particular ailments. But boy, when you act out and do something crazy, you gonna get everybody's attention.
Oh, you get everybody attention.
Everybody right then and there.
What pushed you to that point?
Now everybody want to hear your story. hey, your officer, your honor. Right. Everybody want to hear your story at that point. It's a dollar late and it's a day late and $1 short.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Big Sarge, can I touch on the homeless veterans for 1 second?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people don't realize, I mean, you may see a guy in a BDU jacket or a camouflage jacket, right? And he or she might in fact be a veteran, but they don't meet the qualifications because maybe that individual had a bad conduct discharge. You know, you don't get benefits with those. So you can be a veteran homeless, but you just don't qualify to get the benefits.
That is true.
And a lot of people don't know that. So if one is without knowledge and you just see every dude on the corner or every chick on the corner with a sign that we'll call Cadence for food or whatever, it's like, you got to think twice, like, okay, now is either just of the goodness of your heart or something in the back of your head saying, did this joker do something crazy and just got put out? Or, most of us, we give $1 or $2, whatever. But sometimes we're actually feeling sorry for somebody that got a dishonorable discharge. And I don't feel, me personally, I do not feel like if you didn't do the honorable service that you should get anything. Because the guys like us that did our honorable time, we still fighting. Look at Ray Charles. He don't even want to go to the doctor no more. You know what I'm saying? But you smoked some weed when you was in basic training and you got put out, but all of a sudden you're a veteran for doing 8 weeks of basic and you want housing and all this free stuff. That's not fair. So again, with being in the military and you have to understand how protocol works also, because not every veteran qualifies for certain benefits. Do I think that it's right? Yes and no. It's a gray area, because you got guys who, they go to basic training and they come out and guess what? Every Veterans Day, they at Denny's with that 214, like, I want my free pancake.
And they want their meal, man.
I don't even waste my time going out there. I don't even waste my time going out. One is too many people.
To frustrate me and trigger me. It'd be a whole episode and ain't no red button to push out at Denny's.
That's a whole nother ball game right there. Right. Nope. I ain't even going out there. Nope.
Hey, gentlemen,
we have to know the protocols. And, we don't have to know, but people have to realize that not everybody who's on the side of the street is eligible for certain benefits based on the rules that none of the 5 of us right here set. We just happen to do our 20 plus years and we trying to just get the best care possible for us and our brothers and sisters, that sign their name on a blank check to say, hey, guess what? I'm gonna support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies foreign and domestic.
I think one of my worst stories that happened to me. I was on my way out, and I knew I had a bad back, and they was gonna put, I don't know if it's called a stent or something in my back. And one major told me, "If you retire, you think it's worth spending $10,000 on your back?" You didn't say that shit a year ago when you sent me to Afghanistan.
Ooh.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that made me hot.
See comments like that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You just, like you said, you got to walk away from that, man, because you don't want to mess up your check. You know what I'm saying? You looking at your check right now, and this joker gonna say something crazy like that.
Say somebody
That's when
might
you
get
just walk
karate
away,
chopped.
man, because
yeah. Well, let's do this, fellas, man. Hey, in the future, we might have to have a part 2 down the road on this thing, man. But
hey, man, I'm here for it.
Let's do this, fellas. Let's do final takeaways, and I'll run around the room, and we'll let everybody have a turn. Give the audience, give the bike community, give our disabled veterans and family member of disabled veterans final takeaways, man. What you learned, what you would want them to know, and how do we move forward with being able to teach or to help each other on this Each One Teach One platform. So let's do this. Cado, let you go first, because I know it was something that you wanted to say at the end, and we kind of had to cut you off. So the floor is yours, brother. Let's take about 3-4 minutes, if you don't mind, and we'll just take it around the room. Go for it.
All right. My biggest thing for us as Black men is prostate cancer. I take that very, very seriously because I am a prostate cancer survivor, and I encourage every Black man to go out there and get checked, get blood work done, get the finger up the butt, however you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your health. That's your health. Because I had stage 4.
Straight up.
I had the worst cancer. So if my polyps would have burst, I would have been dead in 6 months. So that's why I advocate for that so hard, because a lot of us don't want to go because of that stigma. I ain't letting no man stick his hand in my butt, but that's one of the ways they're gonna be able to tell. They're gonna feel your prostate is enlarged or your blood numbers is off balance. So, like Bray said, put your pride aside. If you want to live and live as long as you can, that's one of the things that's killing us by the dozens, because nobody wants to get checked or have that stigma saying, I ain't let nobody touch me like that. Nah, man, get past that. Get past that. Because I've seen so many veterans pass away like this. Came back off deployment, they were gone 3 months later because their polyps burst when they came back. It was good the whole time over there. Got back 3-4 months later. How you died? Prostate cancer. I lost at least 4 buddies, 4 battle buddies, coming from one deployment. All on prostate cancer. So that's my takeaway to Each One Teach One. Please, gentlemen, go get yourself checked out and advocate for your own health. Do what you need to do to get the help that you need.
Yep.
Hey, man, right on. Just to cap out what he said, man, I don't get the whole, after 20 years old, man, you have to let the finger in the butt pause thing go, man. You have to go and get yourself checked out. When I do, I'm over 50, well over 50. So, the colonoscopies and stuff, man, I don't be tripping. When it's time to go get that thing, I'll go get it. When
Got mine tomorrow.
Yeah, you got yours tomorrow? Right on, my guy.
Medicated now.
Hey, right on, my guy. Oh, I know what you're going through. Hey, but if you know, homie.
Been on for 2 days.
Let that on it. Hey, but you do. Hey, Ray Charles, but you're doing the right thing, man. So ain't nothing much on that. I just want to advocate to say what Cado is saying is real, for real. So, for men, come out of that stuff, man. Stop goofing around, especially Black men.
Yes.
Stop goofing around, Black men. We are known worldwide for being the most goof-ups or goofballs when it comes to doing the right damn thing. But I'm saying it, and I ain't taking a crap back. I'm more serious about stats on a football player or a basketball player, a baseball player, than I am about the stats
Your
on
own
my
health.
health.
Your own health. You ain't lying.
Yeah. I'm sorry, brothers. I digress. Who we got next, man? Yeah. Who? I tell you, Easy, you take the next one if you don't mind.
My whole takeaway from it, each one teach one moment. Hey, brothers, read. That medication that you're receiving, pick that paperwork up and read it. Make sure you're not bringing more home to yourself because your doctor's not paying attention to what you got going on. And at the end of the day, ride your ride.
Yes, sir.
Definitely ride your ride.
And the caveat on Big Easy. Talk to your pharmacist. If you don't want to read, go to the pharmacist that you get the medication from and ask them to explain what's in that medication. My wife is a pharmacist.
Give you the printout too.
Yeah, my wife is a pharmacist.
So I see my pharmacist every 2 weeks now.
I throw my medication and my wife said, "What that do?" "No, you don't take that." "Okay, cool."
Yeah, crazy, man. I love it though. I love it. Keep it a buck. Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Hey, we got next. We got Ray Charles. You want to go for it, my brother?
My thing is when it comes to you and your family, I know some people have done 1 year to 20 years, 30 years. I always tell people, hey, do your paperwork. Do your paperwork.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want to fill out a form. Say, no, I ain't going down to fill out that form and waste my time. Do your paperwork. Because that's what it takes sometimes to get your benefit. Do your paperwork.
I agree with you. Hey, so I put this up on a shared screen because Fresh Gabar, I wanted this to be for you. I know you understand what this is. I think all you gentlemen understand what this is. And getting the profile and getting your line on count. And you want to speak on this, Fresh Gabar, or you want me to do it?
I mean, you can hit on it, man. I mean, but pretty much if you have done any time in the military and you are a veteran, whether it's 8 weeks to 20 years plus, man, go to the VA. At least go there, sign up, and just go to somebody and ask them, what are your benefits? If that's the least thing that you can do, go out there and do that. Because trust me, don't just look at it as, oh, I'm getting another paycheck. This is monies that will help you to sustain a decent life.
And your family.
And your family, exactly. And at the same time, just think about your civilian friends that you have. Now I know why some of my friends, they're missing that side tooth, because it's $600 a month for dental.
Yes.
I'm dead serious. They don't go to the dental clinic unless their tooth is hurting and their mouth smell like weed and Hennessy. You know what I mean? You got to really take care, because we were pretty much led to the dental office, the optometrist, to clean our teeth twice a year, get our yearly exam. So we have it right here for free. I think it's 30% and up. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You can go in. I mean, your priority might be different, but you can go in and you can get seen for free if you qualify. You don't have to pay $600 a month, and then you get an extra, monetary benefit at the end of the month or whenever you get your check. So just go out there. Don't just listen to the horror stories, because we all got barracks lawyers still, although we're retired, and they tell you, man, don't go over there, man. It's a waste of time to fill out all that paperwork. You ain't really got to fill out nothing but your name, social, and your email address, and that's it. You create a login, go see the doctors, man, and get taken care of. You owe it to yourself. You gave your whole body to the U.S., military. So let them take care of you like they promised you. You know what I'm saying? As far as the website is concerned,
go at least twice a year just to be updated with stuff.
Just to be updated, yeah.
So some people like, I ain't never been to the VA. Why not?
Yeah.
I ain't going to. Why not? And then when you get your benefit, man, I got the same thing. But you didn't want to go down.
Right.
That's true.
You didn't go. Well, and you can have it right on your cell phone. You can download the VA app, and it tells you everything.
Here it is.
You really got to go in.
Here it is. The VA. This is the VA website. You can download it on your phone for the VA app, VA.gov, and it has different feeder links to about any question that you could possibly have, as well as how to file a claim and what the procedures are on filing a claim. And then it tracks it. So then you can go to this app and actually watch your claim go through the steps.
Go through the process.
Say for filing a claim, I think it's 8 steps to it now. And it'll show you date by date as your claim is going through the process. In some cases, it might have to go back. You might go really quick, 1, 2, and then goes to 3 and go to 4, and then it goes back to 3. They might need additional paperwork. But they got all kind of cool tools now under this app to submit additional documentation as they might need it, to be able to upload it. So it's not like it used to be with your father and your grandfather. It's not old-fashioned no more. It's pretty up-to-date stuff. And I'm telling you, the time you take to do it is going to be worth the resources and benefits and medication. And obviously there's some monetary things that might come into play as well. I'm not making no promises, but there's a possibility. But you're not going to get any help if you don't go and ask for the help.
Stop listening to your boy.
There's a little nugget I learned a long time ago, Big Sarge. If you're a veteran and if you're near a military installation, go to that grave site. They got an office in there, and drop your 214 in there, just in case your family can't bury you.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
you get all the benefits.
Well, actually, you can go online and apply to be buried at the Veterans Cemetery. A lot of the major cities have them, especially if your town is in a military town. And even if your city doesn't have one, there's probably somewhere one that's pretty close to you, and it's free, from what I understand. You guys agree with that? I know it's free here in Jacksonville. All you have to do is go online.
We both done that.
Yeah,
it's for you and your spouse. You and your spouse can get buried there.
So, you ain't going to be racking up these $15,000 funerals for everybody to feel like they put you away. Man, please go get buried in the VA cemetery where you ain't costing your family nothing, and they could use all that money they was spending on your casket tuxedo. They could spend that on living, because life is for the living.
Right.
And make sure. I know it's online also, but make sure if you got a copy of your 214, put that in a safe place and get that to somebody in a safe place.
Facts.
So they're not looking for it.
Let them know where it's at.
Facts. Facts.
Yes, sir.
So, gentlemen, my takeaway to this: thank you from the bottom of my heart for you gentlemen to have the courage and to be able to want to share with us, because you didn't have to do this with us today. You didn't have to do this for the whole world to see it and hear it, but you did it because you thought it was going to help somebody. And I truly appreciate that. You guys don't know, when I shut this podcast down, I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to thank God for gentlemen like you that are willing to come on to do what you did with us today, to make us, again, better people, better men, better fathers, better husbands, better club brothers, better citizens, because we're doing what we need to do to make sure that we can be as healthy as we can. Are we going to be perfect? Nope. Are we going to have some tough days? Hell yeah, we are. But now we got this network that we can call and share, and we inbox each other for everything else. We text each other for everything else. But now we got this community. We can reach out to each other through Fresh Kabar's book, and pick up that book and read and learn what he learned and apply that to ourselves so we can get the help that we need. And lastly, I'm gonna say this. Y'all know I'm fighting blackity black today. I'm blackity black today. Again, if we don't stop giving what we call it, barracks lawyers, C lawyers, advice, 3 shitters from the left. If we don't stop telling people, oh, just do this, it's easy. My cousin, brother, sister did it, and it's easy. No.
3 shitters from the left.
Three.
If you're gonna give advice, y'all killing me. I'm trying to be serious. Hey, but if you're gonna give advice especially when you're talking to people about VA. You have to give them the details. You can't just say, go and do this. No, you're going to lead them astray. You got to give them the details or shut your mouth and take them to the website and let the website walk them through it, because there's things that a veteran who really has an ailment can get themselves in trouble with. Because the folks that they're going to sit down with, the screen, those screeners are there for one dang reason. They're not there to make you better or prescribe medication. They're there to see if you legitimately have what you're complaining about and if it's service connected.
Yep.
Am I correct, gentlemen?
Yes.
100.
And if you go out there listening to your homeboy and he tell you some bum scoop, he's gonna delay your ability to A, get that claim accepted, and B, be able to get medications if needed or resources and help. Because now he's got you saying the wrong thing instead of you saying exactly what's going on with you for these people to properly diagnose you. If I missed a beat, gentlemen, let me know, please. I don't want to misspeak.
You on the hitting the nail on the head, bro.
So that's my takeaway. If we're going to give people advice, give them the details and then send them to the site for them to be able to continue to do their homework, so we can be very accurate about the way we go about getting our fellow brothers and sisters help when it comes to VA. So the answer to the question for the beginning of the show, VA benefits, do they matter? Do they matter, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Hell to the yeah, they do. So go get them.
Hell yeah.
Go get them, because sometimes they ain't going to just be there to help you. They're going to also be there to help your family, to help you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been awesome. I'm going to leave you with this, and we're going to take it home for the night. I'm going to see if I can find this real quick. Y'all
Lord, here we go, fellas.
Y'all
Here
bear
we
with me
go,
one
man.
second. Here we go. Let's see if I can bring it on.
What the baby gonna do?
Yeah, the baby let's see. It might not.
You can hit that horn.
I hope it ain't the Jaguars theme song.
You can hit that horn.
Hey, there you go. He went to mute again.
I'm about to say he ain't finna play Rambling or Retreat, is he?
Okay, I'm off mute.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Let me see if it'll show up for my time. Let's see. It won't. Okay, let me come off this one. Okay, see if it'll pop up for me now. No, I won't come up for me today. Yeah, the devil's getting, because I was finna get petty on y'all. I was gonna send y'all away on the Marines hymn.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
You know what? I kind of figured out who you were reaching for. That's why it didn't work.
Right.
That's all right, sir. I still know the words. Let's go.
Hey, we ain't gonna do it like that. I ain't got my voice, man. We gonna get them easy. We gonna get
Stay army strong, baby. Army strong.
Boy, we ain't finna do that. But gentlemen, much love, man. Thank you guys so much. Mad salute to you, gentlemen, man. Let us all ride our best ride and keep it motorcycling, you dig? Good night, gentlemen. Salute.
Nice,
Right
man. Appreciate everybody.
All right. Y'all be blessed, gentlemen. Y'all be blessed.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, your boy Sarge here with you this evening. This was a wonderful show. Man, chills came down my spine just talking to the gentleman today and talking about this thing called VA benefits and being a disabled veteran, man. I am proud to be a disabled veteran, man. I am proud to have given all I've had during that 22 years of honorable service to our country, man. I'm so proud of that. And I'm so proud of our veterans who serve today all across the world, all across the country. May God be with you guys. But I'm going to say this, if you need help, you reach out, you get that help. Your country owes you that. We owe you that because we know the sacrifices that you're making across the country today on our behalf are not very small sacrifices. So if you can sacrifice for us, we should be able to sacrifice for you, as well as your family, because your family are taking that journey with you as you're sacrificing for your country. So thank you, veterans, foreign and serving overseas right now. We thank you for your service. And for my motorcycle community, my Iron Elite motorcycle community, I couldn't be more proud of you with coming up and supporting and giving all you've given to this platform to make this platform for what it is today. I know we're not entertaining. I know we're not fun, but we dang sure informative. And if you guys continue to rock with us, we're going to continue to bring on topics and issues like this to make our motorcycle community the best motorcycle community there is in the world. We ain't the biggest, and probably will never be the biggest podcast, but damn it, we're going to be the best. And we're going to be the best because of people like you. So thank you guys tonight for rocking with us. I know you could be anywhere doing anything with anybody, but you spent some time with us today on the Iron Elite Podcast Show. A little less motorcycling today, a lot of life today. And from time to time, we're going to come off script because the YouTube channel is Sarge, life first and motorcycling second. So with that being said, man, good evening. Thank you guys. God bless. And have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Iron Elite Podcast. And get ready, man. February 7th and 8th, we're going in. Iron Elite, home of the Ground Pounders reunion event. We're going to present trophies to our two new 2025 Titan Award recipients, Sharif Al-Sadiq and Tamika Wade, the Pied Piper. Man, it's going to be it ain't going to be a party, but it's damn sure going to be a celebration. Cannot wait to see you guys in Jacksonville, Florida, February 7th and 8th. It's going to be a great time. The itinerary should be coming out in the next few hours, and it will be on the Facebook group page. Iron Elite, home of the Ground Pounders reunion, home of the Titan Award. It will be on the group page, and we'll have it out for you guys to share and get ready, man. Host Hotel, woo, man, get you a room. It's in the pinned up section of the Iron Elite group page. If you need information, if you need more information than that, feel free to inbox me and let me know, and I'll try to do as much as I can for you. But if you one of them guys going to be calling me 2 days before the event and start wanting to get all the details, man, you're going to be in trouble. Get on the group page and go get that information, man. So with that being said, in the meantime, in between time, man, y'all keep it motorcycling. Much love, my people. Peace.
I was asked the other day, hey, Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.